So what am I animating? I'm animating with the ball bounce, and I want to control its translate Y, scales X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to click translate Y, control, click X, Y, Z over here, and I'll click key just so I have something there. I'll notice that when I click on my sphere, all of these have the same effect as if you were to key and animate it. But our values were different. It was 1.5, 0.5, and 1.5. Although those still selected, I'm going to key in here. We're not keying out here. So, if I remember correctly, I had keyed that on frame 20 and on frame 0. So I'm going to key that again. So at frame 0 and frame 20, the ball looks flat. At frame 10, I'm typing in frame 10 instead of actually moving it to frame 10. I had it move in midair. So I click on this, I type in my value of 7, and I made all these back to 1. If I move back, look just like that, key that again. I click on my circle. If I click on my word ball bounce, I can drag between the two. It gives it the exact same effect we had beforehand. So I believe I had decided to key in between each frame, so that'll be frame 10 was that, so we'll deal with frame 5, and I keyed this. I had made this a scale of 0.5, 1.5, and 0.5. I'm going to deselect translate Y because I'm animating on translate Y. This time it's only X, Y, Z on scale. I key that. Frame 15, I had done the exact same thing. So let's double check everything again. Let's make sure frame 10 looks proper. Seems like I didn't key on all of these, so again on all of that. I've been keying on the wrong values. Let me make sure I click on the actual sphere. And there it goes. Let's go to frame 5 again. Click on my actual sphere. That'll be a 0.5, 1.5, and 0.5. Let me key that. Ball control at frame 15. To do the same thing, click back on the sphere. 0.5, 1.5, 0.5. Key. So if I click on this, I can scrub it through my timeline essentially. Flat, stretched, normal, stretched, flat. What if I want to shift keys? That's a bit different. Or you would think it'd be different, but it's exactly the same. I can go to Window with the object selected, Animation Editor, Graph Editor. I'll click on my actual sphere, and the curves are just right there. It's no different. So if I click on X, Y, Z, I'm going to grab the same thing, press W, hold Shift, drag it 1, 2, do the same thing, grab that, hold Shift, move 1, 2. Doing that, I've just shifted my set-driven keys in here. So if I click on my ring now, you notice it goes stretching immediately. By frame 3, it's fully stretched, and it starts going back to normal, goes back. So there's no difference. The next thing I had done was I had controlled the art of the translate Y. So I'm going to click on translate Y, select that, press W, move this up, and remove my easing in and easing out for that. And now I have a controller that controls my ball bouncing back and forth that's completely free of this timeline. So why is something like this important? Let's say I decide to do a 40 frame animation, start at frame 0. I'm going to have my ring here move the sphere on translate X. So on translate X, I'm going to key selected here, move all the way to frame 40. I want to say it moves 20 paces. All the way over there. Key that again. So all it's doing right now looks like a flat little sphere moving across. Right? So let's key in between. I want to bounce 4 times. So it bounces 1, 2, 3, 4. Lands. So frame, so in these little frame intervals, we'll have to have them inside. So at 10, actually let's go back here. I'm going to key 0, key selected. frame 10. Because this has to bounce in midair. See how this goes, what speed this goes. And that sounds like a good bounce. So frame 5, I can move this at 10. Key selected. This goes to 20. Key selected. I go 15. Key selected. 20. Go back to 0. Key selected. So let's see, I had to do this. I should make this at frame 10 instead. Key selected. See that? I can go bounce, bounce. This frame again. 10. Key selected. 30. Lands. Key selected. 10. Key selected. 0. Key selected. And you see how that's useful. I can also tweak these animations, because technically speaking, all I did was have it go up and down. What if you wanted to have a slight lean between each of these? You can technically do that. Go inside and just slightly fine tune it, and have this thing rotate, and key its rotation. Call this negative 10. Key selected. Here. 0. Key selected. I can also turn on auto key, so that way each time I rotate it, it automatically updates. So is that frame 2? Then frame 8 should be a 10. That back to 0. This way you can focus on each part separately. Just going through and animating all of these. You see how much faster this works? Feels a little bit mathematic, but it does its job. And that's what really matters at the end of the day. So I can go here now. It just animates it. Just like that. Pretty simple. And that's the basics of set-driven key. You can basically store a full-blown animation inside a channel. Try to find different ways to use this. A great way is if you're using, if you're rigging a robot, all those parts that move whenever, let's say if you're having a transformer, you can have a set-driven key that transforms Optimus Prime from his bipedal state to his truck state. You can also have another one where wings fold out, or mouth movements, and etc. Set-driven key is used everywhere in rigging, and it's great for animators to use. I hope this was useful. Again, my name is Lin Nguyen. You can find more of my work at dnguyenart.blogspot.com. Thank you for watching.